Hello and welcome back to the Honoured Wight College Open Day, and we're here for our final session of the day, where we're going to be talking to Todd Connor, who is one of our sport and fitness lecturers, and he's going to be telling us about some of the courses we offer here. As we've been talking about earlier, it's a good time to start thinking about the future and planning for September as we come out of lockdown, and to start thinking about your options going forwards. So hopefully we can give you a few ideas and a bit of inspiration. If you want to contact us for a one-to-one conversation about sport and fitness or any of the other courses we've talked about this afternoon, then you can find all of our contact details on our website, which you can find by Googling Isle of Wight College, or on our Facebook page. So welcome, Todd, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to talk briefly about sport and fitness,
Yep.
And perhaps start by telling us a bit about what are the courses that we offer here at the college and at what levels.
Yeah, sure. So we have 3 levels of course, and it is ranging between sport and fitness. So whilst it's one department, there's several different courses that and routes that you can go down within the department. So we offer foundation, intermediate and advanced level programs. Foundation is kind of like the ultimate starting point, a main focus on GCSEs, plus gaining some real base knowledge in the sport and fitness industry, kind of getting a flavour of everything within the industry. Then our intermediate kind of is a gateway qualification to our advanced programs. So that will cover, again, a vast range of sport and fitness based things like anatomy and physiology at a basic level, leading activity, some fitness based things like components of fitness and testing fitness. And then our advanced programs, which basically go down 2 different routes, and that is what it says on the tin. It is sport and fitness. So we, at advanced level, we have a 2-year sports science program, which is the equivalent of 3 A levels. So if you were looking at possibly going to higher education, looking to go and do a PE teaching degree or foundation sports coaching degree, things like that, and then you would probably go down that route. And the sports science course is very general sports science, made up of 18 units over 2 years. I mean, it is very good for those people that do have the thought of higher education and what they may want to study further, because it gives you a bit of a flavour of everything within the sports science industry. On the other side, so our other advanced route that you can go down is the fitness route. So that's made up of 1 year level 2 gym instructing, and your 2nd year of level 3 personal training diploma. And that is specifically for people that want to go and work in the fitness industry. You can progress onto other things from that, but ultimately at the end of those 2 years you'll be a qualified personal trainer. I know it's a very popular thing at the moment. The fitness industry is getting bigger and bigger, and there's much more employment opportunities in fitness than there ever has been before. But you can also go on to do other things from that. So whether it's exercise referral, strength and conditioning, sports massage, you can progress to those things from there. So the routes we do offer in sport and fitness, with those 2 main advanced routes, tend to provide a lot of opportunities for further study or going into work.
Yeah, so there's some really good different options there in terms of if you've not quite got the right grades, you can start in sort of the foundation, intermediate level and work your way up. If you're ready to move to level 3, you can come in and go down one of those quite specific routes, which will give you really good options.
Yeah, and I think that's potentially the real strong suit. Probably the best thing is that it doesn't necessarily, grades don't necessarily determine whether you can come to college and do sport and fitness or not. It just determines which level you start at. Yeah. Because we won't want to set you up for anything that's too advanced. So your grades and things will literally determine. Do you start at this level? Do you start at this level? Is it good to have a prep year before going on to that to give yourself the best shot at doing well once you get there?
Yeah, that's really good. And thinking about when students are here on their courses, what's a typical week look like for a student when they're studying?
Typical week, it ranges depending on which route you go down. So whatever course you're on, it tends to be Mondays, Tuesdays and Thursdays are main qualification days. So that will be a case of all their lessons, all the main qualification lessons are built into those days. We also have Wednesdays and Fridays, which are either for work experience opportunities, because we also have a football academy, which have match days on a Wednesday and a Friday. And that is open to all the sports students. So if they want to take part in the football academy that is in partnership with Pomp in the community, they'll be off to the mainland and things on Wednesdays and Fridays to play away games. That's kind of like 3 days on qualification and lesson time, and then a couple of days set aside for football and extracurricular things. It's not just football as well. We obviously have our internal gym, which a lot of the fitness students carry out their internal work experience in there, the upkeep and maintenance and running of the gym, working with clients. So there are lots of opportunities on the days that's not necessarily on main qualification.
Yeah.
So it tends to be roughly 3 days a week plus work experience opportunities.
So through the football academy and through our college gym, there's some really good opportunities for students to sort of practice their sort of building their fitness, and also to practice the skills that they're developing as they
absolutely. A lot of
the
fitness students often charged with the duty of carrying out programs and helping other people that use the gym. So they'll be rotated on during their week to kind of man the gym, upkeep, help the users. Also, obviously the football take part in training, their games. They all have gym memberships here anyway, so they're in there as clients.
Yeah.
So they kind of all bounce off each other, and they all get to really live in the working environment that they're in when they're in college.
That's good. And obviously at the moment it's been a bit of a challenging time for all in sort of business sectors, but particularly for fitness, because they currently remain closed. And hopefully we were talking earlier that hopefully that will change in the next few weeks and months, and gyms will open. And we're certainly planning for our gym and our the courses we offer to be fully functioning in September. Yeah, excepting there will be some changes in sort of distancing and things like that. But you're telling me about a really good story about how actually people who work in sort of personal fitness can adapt and have adapted. So one of your, if you perhaps tell us about one of your students who's been sort of continuing to study remotely and what they've been doing.
Yeah, so it's been a big challenge, and with opening of gyms, I'd hope it happens quite soon. I think it's imminent that gyms will be opening, but I think obviously there's going to be a lot of rules in place. But it's kind of been the ultimate test, really, for particularly the Level 3 personal training group this year, for carrying out their programs, which they have to do to pass assessment. They have to work one-to-one with the client through a program that they've planned, carrying out the sessions and things, and that's been, just so difficult, really, because they've never had to do it without the use of the gym right there, and seeing their client on a regular basis. So without having to see the client, have frequent meetings with them, take them through the sessions practically, they've kind of had the ultimate test of doing it online. So we've had one student in particular who's done really well working with a member of staff, and she's continued to plan sessions and deliver the sessions through online platform, calling her twice a week, sharing emails, tracking progress, carrying out reviews. And has done a really good job of it. And it is the 21st century, and a lot of personal trainers these days work online anyway, planning programs, talking to clients through email, tracking their progress that way. So really had quite a good bit of practice at 21st century PT, without obviously the hands-on practical element, which hopefully obviously we can do more in the future anyway. But that online exchange has been great practice.
And as you said at the beginning, I think it's a growing sector, and I'm sure it will bounce back from
very
this
big
recent sort of events, and it'll be growing. And finally, we were just talking about, obviously communication skills are important in this role, and a lot of students will be continuing to study English and maths in some form. And do you find that students find that a little bit easier if they're doing it within the context of their vocational subject that they've chosen to study? Is it easier for them to engage with some of the English and maths and develop? Do you see evidence of them developing those skills?
Because it's naturally embedded into the qualification and the area of work. Within sport and fitness, it's absolutely everywhere. It's one of the easy things to work on English and maths. Whether it's written work, whether it's simply communicating with other people, having to work with clients, the whole speaking and listening. You've got to have good English for that. So it's constantly worked on. With regards to maths, again, everywhere throughout sports science, if we're carrying out investigations that require quantitative data, if you're working out percentages of maximum heart rates, rep maxes, things like that, it's constant, really numerical data. Client consultations might require body measurements, weight and BMI and things like that. So it's constantly used, and it's almost like the students don't really know they're doing it, but they will be progressing with it. Obviously, we have our maths and English lessons built into timetable if they didn't achieve their 4s at GCSE. But the other thing is it's so carried over into main qualification now that the skills that they do learn in those lessons when studying the GCSEs automatically carries over, and is kind of practiced and applied within main qualification in the fitness industry.
Great. And finally, if you were talking to a prospective student and perhaps their parents about, why choose sport or fitness, what would you say to them as being, what was the ultimate thing that they'll gain from doing a qualification here at the college?
I think within sport and fitness, it's such a big industry. Particularly if you wanted to study sports science and you were thinking about higher education or apprenticeships or becoming a teacher, or there's so many career choices there, and I don't think really people have always known how big the industry is. We know whether it's performance analysis, whether it's physiotherapy. There's kind of avenues to go down with everything. And for me, working in the sport and fitness industry for quite a few years now, I don't think it's ever been as big as it is now. You only have to look at social media to see that fitness is everywhere now. There's that many people earning good money through it, living healthier lives. It's enjoyed, it's followed, and people have generally got a passion for it, probably more now than ever. So there's always going to be opportunities there.
Yeah, and I think certainly during lockdown, people have sort of woken up a bit to sort of doing more exercise and fitness.
That's it.
And,
people filming themselves and doing video
focused.
workouts and whatever else. And it seems to be everybody's engaged with it really well, probably more so than when they weren't allowed to leave the house, which is an odd one. But it's become very big, and therefore there's always opportunities.
That's great. Well, thank you, Todd.
No problem
at
all.
Good.
Right.
So if you'd like to find out more about sport or fitness courses at the college, then please do contact us. You can Google our contact information by Googling Isle of Wight College, or look on our Facebook page. And Todd and the team will be happy to talk to you on a one-to-one basis. You can arrange a telephone call and they can talk you through the options and explain to you about how to apply. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you found it enjoyable and interesting.